This shit is just getting ridiculous. Whether you're a Roman Reigns fan or a Roman Reigns hater, you gotta admit that this shit is just ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. So I tweeted this during the show. You cut Rusev chants out of WWE's YouTube page because you don't want to hear these Rusev chants. But on Monday Night Raw, you pay fucking five or a group of people to chant Roman. You zoom in on these fucking people. The hypocrisy, the forced, holy shit. And another thing that I always thought about during this, that you want this guy to be so over, you actually pay people to cheer for this guy. Of course, that's just allegations, but I'm pretty sure when you zoom in on these people, like a group of people, if you ever played SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, you have these promos, these segments, basically before the show. Michael Cole speaks, and you have this group of fans with posters, and they look so realistic, and other guys just look like, bland video game characters. But these 5 people who chant, who have posters, look so realistic, and they're so active, and it kind of reminded me of this Monday Night Raw. You have these 5 people who are chanting, Roman, one of the holy shit, it looked so scripted, it looked so fake, and honestly, it just pissed me off. When you think about these people like Ziggler, when you think about people like Sandow, Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes, every Zack Ryder, all of these guys were over with the fans naturally. Nobody sucked their dicks, they got over naturally, and they were fired, buried, whatever the case may be. And you have this guy who was pushed for 5 fucking years. Nobody gives a shit about this guy, but we will keep pushing him down your throat. I had high expectations for Monday Night Raw, you can say that. I have high expectations because the Superstar Shakeup happened, and the roster is pretty nice, so I was like, of course I'm gonna do the review, I'm gonna talk about that because I'm really interested and I think we will have some interesting stuff right here. Now, if there's a word, if there's a way to describe this Monday Night Raw, I would say a shitty show with a couple of good segments. Yeah, a couple of good segments. Overall, a very, very disappointing, shitty show. The beginning of it was good. Bruno Sammartino promo, that was really touching, awesome. All the superstars were here, even Vince McMahon was here as well, so I respect that. Then you have Brock Lesnar coming out, and you guys know that Brock Lesnar is a thing. Maybe it's just a rumor, but a lot of people are talking about that. Brock Lesnar is paid $500,000 to be on Monday Night Raw to do a little bit of booyaka while Paul Heyman is speaking. He has to show off the belt, show off his arms, show off his $500,000. And I would say that this money is not well spent because Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar are 2 people that I don't wanna see on my television anymore. When I see those 2 people, my excitement goes fucking down. I was more excited to see Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas trying to find a new partner than this shit. So you have Paul Heyman talking about Paul Heyman is a good promo. I get that. I love Paul Heyman. But this shit is just getting same every week. I didn't even listen. I tried. I failed miserably. Paul Heyman talks for 5 fucking minutes about how he's going to defeat Roman Reigns. Brock Lesnar is this, Brock Lesnar is that, Brock Lesnar is this, Brock Lesnar is that, Roman Reigns is not, and there's going to be a steel cage match just like UFC. Why is this match happening, by the way? I still don't get that. Anyway, we got interruption by Roman Reigns. I was like, this is just getting worse, but I think you need to do that, so let's hear what's going to happen. Maybe we'll have some brutality happening in this ring. I'm gonna take this championship home. Mic drop. That was better than CM Punk's Pine Bomb. That was amazing. And that's how we spent this 10-15 minutes. Fucking awesome. Have I mentioned that Royal Rumble is going to happen this Friday? Because I think that was the biggest thing of the show. Every fucking 5 minutes, even during the matches, during the main event, you have this thing where they advertise a match during a match. Of course, the match that is being advertised is Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns because that's the match we're looking for, right? That's the match we're looking for. This is why I told you that SmackDown Live is the show. Even though it's going to probably suck today, I don't have any expectations anymore. It's still not going to be this forced garbage. There's no one on SmackDown Live that is being pushed down your throat. Anyway, we got Elias versus Bobby Roode right here, and my excitement is just off the roofs. Elias versus Babyface Bobby Roode. Babyface Bobby Roode is fucking boring. He's terrible. I had people saying that Randy Orton is so boring. We need more Bobby. Oh really? Both are fucking boring as baby faces. I think Bobby Roode is even more boring. At least Orton has this RKO shit, you know, and no offense to Orton, he's my favorite wrestler of all time, my childhood hero. As a babyface, he sucks dick. He needs to be a heel. Bobby Roode needs to be a heel as well. WWE doesn't have good baby faces, you know. We need to kind of blur the lines to be kind of a dighead babyface if that's possible. I think that would be pretty nice. Anyway, this match ends with a shitty roll-up by Elias. Pretty nice match, I guess. Didn't really care. During the show, I noticed one thing. I noticed it a long time ago, and I kind of remembered it right now. Why WWE removed the ring sounds? Like, if you watch any Ruthless Aggression match, you can see a shitty move being performed, and it sounds so impactful. Like, the ring sounds are amazing. Even in WCW, you had this wooden sound, you know? I listened to Jim Cornette's one a clip from podcast basically, and he said that yes, it's very important, and I agree with that so much. Every shitty move looks that damn good by I think even 70%. And I'm being honest out here. Sounds are very important. Now it sounds like they're bumping on a fucking plastic. Anyway, that match was just like meh, another filler. And I was like, okay, this show is not gonna be good, right? This show is not gonna be good. This show is not gonna be good at all. Of course, Elias won, and then we got The Rock being congratulated that he has a new child. So congratulations to The Rock, and they they make it seem like he's the one giving birth to a child. You know, he was like in a hospital with a baby. So, or The Rock can do anything. The Rock literally can do anything. We got Ascension in the ring. Wow! If Ascension is going to lose, I will be shocked. I will be shocked. Someone tweeted in a long, I think it was Cultaholic or maybe What Culture. Is that the first time Ascension kicked out of anything? Because they kicked out during the match out of a shitty move or something. So we got these men versus Matt Hardy and Woken Bray Wyatt. Woken Hardy and Woken Matt Hardy. I don't know, something along those lines. The only thing I liked about it is when Victor did this flip in the ring and Matt Hardy was like, this is impressive. This is impressive. He started clapping. That shit was good. That shit was good. If there was anything good about this Monday Night Raw, I gotta say it was comedic effect. Because there were a lot of funny moments that I laughed my ass off during. Especially Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. These guys are fucking amazing. Why? I didn't even like them that much on SmackDown as I like them on Raw. They are even better. We're going to come back to that later. Of course, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt won with the finishes. And of course, then we got the Sami and Kevin show, which was amazing. That was very good. So they have this Attitude Era logo. And they're pretty much talking about shit, what's happening in wrestling, and they are going to replace The Miz as Miz TV, which I think is a brilliant idea. I don't know how people are complaining about that. So you had Miz TV on Monday Night Raw, which was one of the best things of Raw in my opinion. Miz TV was awesome. So you need something different right now. You don't have Jericho highlight reel. Why don't give Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn a show? Because they're two of the most entertaining motherfuckers on Monday Night Raw, and I absolutely love it. Sami Zayn is gold. I cannot believe I used to hate this guy as a babyface. I used to think he's bland, just a shitty guy, you know, good wrestler, but who gives a shit about it? This guy is amazing. This guy is just, I don't know, needs to be a WWE champion, you know, I don't give a shit. You need to make this guy into a champion. I know your show is about Roman Reigns and friends and Brock Lesnar and enemies. Please. So we got Kurt Angle, and they give this shitty chair to Kurt Angle, and one of the funniest shit ever was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are like, you have 5 kids, right? Kevin Owens is like, no, I think it's 6. I'm pretty sure it's 5, Kevin. It's 6. I think it's 5. Why don't you check? He puts on his fucking glasses, he looks through the journal, and he sees that, yeah, there's actually 6, and yeah, Kevin Owens said, you forgot about Jason Jordan, and he was like, oh, don't worry, Kurt Angle kind of forgot about him as well. So that was so amazing. Sami Zayn was in a fucking savage mode. That was great. The only thing I don't like about it, of course, we got them put into a match against Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman, which was a pretty fun match. Braun Strowman is like priceless. The only thing I don't like is that they are in a rivalry against a general manager, it seems again. I'm not high about that. I'm not really into this. We already got Shane versus these guys. Another rivalry I don't wanna see, you know. I wanna see Kurt Angle in a match and I'm pretty sure it's going to happen at SummerSlam, you know, one of these matches, something like that, another tag team match. I'm not really into this. I think we already seen that. I would love to see something different between these two guys because they are so damn good. We need some different stuff to kind of change things up, because the Sami and Kevin Owens show, if it's going to be as entertaining as it was today, I want this shit to happen. So this was the highlight of the show, and Ziggler with McIntyre, which we are going to come back later. Now I want to get rid of this Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas stuff because it happened throughout the show. So basically, they went to Seth Rollins with Seth Rollins t-shirts and said we want to join New Shield. I fucking laughed. That was pretty funny. Of course, he doesn't want to. Then they come to Finn Balor. You know, they want to be with the Balor Club. Of course, he doesn't agree, and we got Finn Balor versus these two guys later in the show with Seth Rollins, I think. Yeah, Seth Rollins was also in this match. Then we got Titus Worldwide versus Dolph Ziggler versus Drew McIntyre. Now, this is amazing. I told you this is gonna be good. A lot of people hated that Dolph Ziggler is being right here, and even right now, people are like, Drew McIntyre is amazing. That promo, while not even acknowledging that Dolph Ziggler was a killer as well. That promo was amazing by both guys equally. These guys are amazing. Two of my favorite things about Monday Night Raw: Ziggler, McIntyre, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. These guys need to have a rivalry. To shame all of them are heels, but that would be so entertaining. So, but the difference between these two groups, some people say, well, you already have Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Why you need another, you know, group? Kind of a tag team, half mid-card, main event level talents put together. The difference is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are kind of a comedic plus, you know what I'm saying. They're not that serious. They're sarcastic heels. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre are full fucking heels. They're just shitty people, you know? And I love that. I love that. So they beat the shit out of Titus Worldwide. We got this weird variation where Drew McIntyre had his opponent like that, his legs right here, so his head was right here, behind his ass, and got super kick and then put into this another move, and then we had this amazing finisher, zigzag into Drew McIntyre's finisher. This shit is amazing. I don't know why, but they kinda have the best tag team moves, even though they're not like really a tag team. I love that. It's about damn time. They will be tag team champions, and I love that. Ziggler finally getting something that he deserves. Ziggler was always good. I think Steven Larson made this point. Ziggler is always better when he's paired with someone. Vicky Guerrero, AJ Lee, Big E, you know, even Jack Swagger, you can say. When Dolph Ziggler has something, it's almost better. I don't know why, but it works for this guy. So we got Drew McIntyre cutting a promo with Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler pretty much said that this shit is amazing. We are here, we're gonna dominate the whole fucking roster, and I'm with this guy, I'm unstoppable because this guy is a machine or something along those lines, and he had so much fire in this promo. Same goes for Drew McIntyre. He said that the whole roster is fucking soft, you know, and this is the new beginning. I'm gonna beat the shit out of everyone, something along those lines. Of course, I'm just talking out of my butthole, but you get the point, right? You get the point, and people love this guy. I think JD from New York tweeted, if WWE doesn't make this guy into a world champion in the future, someone needs to get fired, and I completely agree. Drew McIntyre is amazing. Drew versus Roman Reigns rivalry would be priceless. I heard it somewhere that Drew McIntyre is not going to be pushed, but we're going to have the Baron Corbin's push. Someone is a fucking idiot in the WWE. We got Jinder Mahal versus Chad Gable, and him now losing every week kinda makes him into a lower mid-carder or even a jobber, which I don't really agree with. You need a couple of good heels. Sometimes he's good. That promo backstage was actually pretty good. He called Chad Gable, are you that guy who was Braun Strowman's partner at WrestleMania? That was pretty nice. So I don't know why this show had so many funny moments. I don't know why, but that was pretty impressive. Other than that, just like I've said, Roman Reigns wins, LOL. So of course Chad Gable wins. I think we are roll up, but this match was pretty long, and Chad Gable is a talented wrestler, don't get me wrong. This guy is amazing. I just don't feel like he should defeat Jinder Mahal. I just don't feel like that, you know? Anyway, let's move on with the show, and I don't know what we got next. Let me find my notes. So we got this Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman match, which was, I wasn't really into it, I didn't care, but it turned out to be very, very fun. The only thing I can actually really remember that was really memorable is Braun Strowman getting tagged in, goes outside of the ring with a shoulder block. Kevin Owens just flies into the barricade, she just flies, comes back into the ring, beats the crap out of Sami Zayn, comes back with a dropkick outside of the ring to Kevin Owens. This guy is a machine. This guy is a machine. He's not your typical big man. He does more weird shit than Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is not that big compared. He's not that, buff, you can say. And he's not doing as much stuff as Braun Strowman, who's like this, a big guy, like a Big Show, like a Kane, like Undertaker. This guy is doing drop kicks, kick-ups. This guy is an absolute legend. If anyone should be Universal Champion right now, it's this guy. And I think all of you will agree with that. It's not Lesnar, it's not Reigns, two of the guys that nobody cares about anymore. It has to be Braun Strowman. So that was a really fun match. Of course, Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman won, with Braun Strowman doing his finisher to Sami Zayn. Bobby Lashley was also very impressive. I don't see him as very entertaining though, because his character is, I'm a tough dude fighting. That's it. You need to change his character a little bit. Maybe a heel. Maybe a heel Bobby. I don't think we ever saw that. Anyway, we got No Way Jose, and I've got a lot of hate for this because people like NXT, I like NXT, but it's Adam Rose 2.0, honestly. He's probably a better wrestler, I never seen like a lot of his matches, but this gimmick is not gonna work. This gimmick is cringe, and even though I don't care, I'm a wrestling fan, I can enjoy all aspects of it. If I would watch this segment, and I'm being 100% honest, let me know in the comments below what you feel about that. When I watched that, and I imagine myself watching it like with a uncle, with a friend, with a girlfriend, with a brother, sister, I don't have a sister, anyone, pretty much anyone who's not a wrestling fan, I would be very embarrassed. He would be like, what the fuck is happening? Is that what you watch? Is that what you watch? I would be a little embarrassed. If there's anything of this show that I would love to show to a non-wrestling fan, probably a couple of matches. And Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, because that was very, 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 very funny. Other than that, there's not a lot of things I would love to show, Sometimes funny is funny, and sometimes that fun is just cringe. I don't know. This whole No Way Jose dancing shit, I don't see it as comedic, I don't see it as funny. Anyway, let's move on. Baron Corbin is supposed to face him. He says that, no, this is not my time. You are all surrounded, so you're all right here, so you can actually jump free from behind. I will fight on my own time. This guy is terrible on promos. Jesus Christ. He leaves. No Way Jose is dancing, leaving the ring from behind. Bam, Baron Corbin beats the shit out of him. So Baron Corbin and his hairline is on Monday Night Raw officially. Who gives a crap? Finn Balor and Seth Rollins versus the Miztourage. What's the obsession with the Finn Balor and Miztourage matches? We've seen that for like a year right now, or even more. Finn Balor, random matches versus this guy, versus this guy, versus this guy, versus this guy, ends in coup de grace all the time. I don't get this obsession. Anyway, of course, we all move on. Finn Balor and Seth Rollins, why do I need to review this shit? Honestly, tell me. And then we got the main event, because men got the main event, so we need to give this main event to women. You know the reality of this? This might just be a conspiracy theory. Because in Saudi Arabia, you can't have women fighting, so we're gonna compensate that by giving you the main event, just so we don't look bad. Is that the reason? I think it's very, very possible. Anyway, I don't know what to say. I'm all up for women main eventing if it's like Sasha Banks versus Charlotte, Sasha Banks versus Bayley, a good match. This wasn't a good match. It was just a random 10... I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't mind it, but if I would be in the crowd, I would be really disappointed, so I hope they got a dark match after that. Because it was like, I don't know, random women put together and let's fight. And in the ending was underwhelming. Ronda Rousey comes out because Natalya was beaten throughout the match because she was injured, and Mickie James at the end attacked injured Natalya. So Ronda Rousey comes out, saves, beats the shit out of Mickie James, leaves. And the one thing that I don't understand, Ronda Rousey wasn't in a match. She made Mickie James tap out, and there was a ring bell. What the fuck thought that's a good idea? you know? Some say it's a disqualification. Well, why don't you disqualify her when she actually did the first move? So she tapped out and we got the ring out. Jesus. I didn't even want to do this review, but I had this random thought in my head that there are thousands of people who maybe want to hear my opinion. I was a kid watching WWE, and now I have thousands of people who would love to see my review. If you're still watching this video, let me know in the comments below, by the way. Click that like button. It's pretty amazing, honestly. So I was like, yeah, that motivates me. I have to do this review. And once I did it, it's actually pretty good. To kinda let you know my thoughts, kinda rant a little. So if I could give this show a rating, by the way, tune in for SmackDown review. We will actually compare both shows, which was better as well. I would love this 5 out of 10, because 2 segments were amazing and then it was like meh or very shitty. So 5 out of 10 is, I think, a nice point. Make sure to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, the links are in the description below. If you want to support my channel, Patreon, I might release new career mode, universe mode today or tomorrow. I'm not quite sure. I don't have a lot of time because I need to put stuff on my other channel as well. So the great one, peace, love and hugs. It's been a pleasure.